Oh, yeah. And this is the Love Life Tragedy album listening party. I want to thank you guys for coming and joining me tonight. I felt that this was really important because everything that has been happening in our lives, the sphere right next door, right there, all these things that are happening, it wouldn't be without for you in this audience. 33 years of what we are doing. And I just wanted to personally do this because I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. You continue to bless our lives, and this is unbelievable that we can still do this after all these years. And this Love Life Tragedy record that I put out a couple months back, if you know, this is something that I was working on for a very, very long time. It was like 3 to 4 years. I know you guys remember the Who I Am tour. Some of the people out there in the audience, if you don't know what the Who I Am tour was, that was a solo tour that I did. And it was the start of this album that became Love Life Tragedy. And I just got back in the studio. I was starting to write music, and every single time I would do it, you know, I was getting more and more inspired to put that album out, right? But I also needed some help from my friends, you guys out there, to encourage me to still have the strength to be able to go on that stage and to do what I did, you know, because there's the ups and there's the downs of our career, right? This was way before we had the Sphere opportunity, you know, and you know, I was just sitting at my house and living life just like everybody else out there, you know, and that's what this became, because we all live, the older we get, you know, we're the same people, right? But the older we get, we experience a lot of love in our lives, we experience a lot of life and a lot of tragedy, okay? And so that's why I went to the studio, that's why I did the Who I Am tour, and I just, those people who were out there and who joined me on that journey, on that tour, you know what that was all about, okay? And you're the reason that I'm able to be here right now and on that stage over there, okay? So I just want to thank you for that. I love you for that. So what we're gonna do, gracias to my Mexico fans. We got a lot of people all over the world here. We got Mexico, we got South America, I know we got people from Europe. All right, I know we got our Americans, we have our Canadians out there. People from Asia as well, you know, we see you. And we thank you, you jumped on planes. I've heard those stories. You guys were like, listen, I just jumped on a plane about 13 hours ago just to get to this last show. So thanks. Thanks for joining us. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna play a couple of songs, and I'm gonna sing some songs. And if you guys know it too, so I just want to say thank you to Zoo right here, because this man also went through the grind with me for the past 3 years when we were on the road. And he was there with me as we were touring. And so we got on the phone recently, and I'm like, listen, Zoo, I want to do a little something different. You know, we're doing the Backstreet Boys Sphere next door. It's an incredible show. If you haven't seen it, I would suspect all of you have seen it. I hope so. But I was thinking like, okay, if I was gonna do some more solo stuff, I was gonna do another solo tour, you know, what would I do? Let's do a little something different. So we're gonna try that out right now. We're actually gonna do a little experiment with you, okay? So this isn't gonna be perfect. You know, there might be mistakes. I might forget some lyrics of some of these songs. All right? But that's the whole point, you know? It shouldn't be perfect, you know? That's what this is all about. So, we had, which song were we gonna do next? What's that? Yeah, I think, well, that's not on the record. This song made for us right here actually did end up on the record. Let's just play it. This is one of the first songs that inspired this record. See if you recognize this. Turn it up a little loud. Come on. Let's see the audience. 2080s influence to it. Here's a dedication to my fans out there, okay? Like two hearts beat closer than they did before. You and I, from the start, had something but we wanted more. Always said maybe in another life, yeah, I could be your lover, baby, you could be mine one time. Once the sun comes up, it's over. But before it's over, hold on and make me believe in a world that never was. Hold on and take me, 'cause baby tonight was made for us. We'll fight under the angels, take dances to the end of the night. Oh, hold on and make me believe in a world that never was made for us. Stay close, I promise that I'll never let you get too far. This touch is what we're living in. Now we're running like a rain on fire, slow motion, every moment in the blink of an eye. One time, once the sun one of my favorite songs. You guys know I'm pretty inspired by 80s stuff, 80s music. So we put a lot of that in that new record. You'll hear a little bit of an 80s influence, definitely a little R&B, a little bit of country as well. I don't know if you've seen some interviews on the record, and the biggest problem, because I wanted to call the album the Who I Am album, and then it started because it was the music that inspired me to be the artist that I am, like who I am. But then as I started like writing all this music, and I did a lot of that stuff here in Las Vegas, just so you know, a lot of that. So if you understand, like Las Vegas has definitely inspired me in so many ways. So every time I would I would have an idea or I'd have a song that would come to mind, I'd literally be in my car and I'd call up my producer and be like, studio right now, and I would just go right to the studio, like literally, and start writing that song because I didn't want to forget what was in my head. And so, that's pretty much what inspired it. But the problem was that I had so many songs that were very eclectic. There was a lot of different sounds, like sonically it was different. So I was like, I don't think that the title fits the record, Who I Am. And then as I started listening to all the songs, and I had maybe like 30 or 40 songs, and I'm sorry. Listen, I know I told you a million times that I was done with the record and that it was coming, and it never came. But that was my own, I guess a little insecurity because I just didn't know if it was ready. And the title of the record really held me back. So then a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, okay, I think all the songs pretty much tell a story of love, life, and tragedy, and that's why we went with that. And that song was one of the first ones that kind of kicked off the writing process of the album. Give you a little story too. So, Love, Life, Tragedy, I have a song written called Love, Life, Tragedy, okay, that I'm gonna actually record when I have a little time. And we'd like to re-release the record, maybe with a couple more new songs. And like I said, this album was very important to me. Because it was the only way that I could really say the things that I couldn't necessarily say or really wanted to say, but I could say those things in a song, because sometimes you don't know why you feel the way you feel, and obviously this event here was something very special because the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds are going to be going to a foundation that we are working with here when it comes to addiction. My family has suffered from a lot of tragedy in that world when it comes to addiction, but all of us probably have somebody that you know or have gone through it. So, we want to make sure that we continue to raise awareness and give back, and I appreciate you being here because that's what this is all about. Thank you. So, what was the next song? Huh? What was the second verse again? Do you remember? Hold on, let me just look at these lyrics real quick. Look, I don't have a monitor like showing me lyrics. Once I get this, I told you how real this was.
Yeah! Woo!
I said, Zoo, don't prepare this. Because you want it to be authentic, when I'm singing, look, I'm singing this song for the first time, I don't know what I'm doing. This is Nothing Without Your Love. Oh, it's Sweet Smoke. Okay, I got it. That's right. Okay. Check it out. See if you like this song. First time we're performing it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot half of that shit. It's okay. Jesus, it's hot. It's like anxiety. Yeah, anyways. So if you guys have any questions, I think that's important too. Anybody have anything that you want to ask real quick?
What do you think of the Christmas concert?
Okay, good question. So she's asking, why do I have the song Cold Night on the record twice? Oh, bye guys. Oh, sure, I'll tell you. Because I'm OCD. Because I can't make decisions sometimes. I don't know, no. Truthfully, the original version of Cold Night, which was the winter mix, I loved that one so much. But then Vic, he came with the more of the orchestrated version of it, which was beautiful too. I said, well, hell with it, just put, like make it as many songs as possible. And I just thought it'd be interesting. But I think, the reason I do this right now is because I kind of need your opinions. Which one do you like better?
Richard Mix.
See, it's like half and half. And I did that on purpose, see? Okay, it's good. Well, see, that's the thing too. Everyone's music, their tastes are a little different, when it comes to that. And I just thought it'd be interesting to do a couple different versions. And I love that song so much. That's one of my favorite songs. I wrote a little fun fact on that song. I actually wrote it right around Christmas. And originally was gonna put it out right around Christmas. It's more of like a kind of a dark Christmas song, I guess, you know what I mean?
No.
I guess like more of an emotional version. And it didn't happen, so Christmas inspired it, the song. So if you go back, maybe you listen to it, you'll hear that in it. Any other questions? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Dirty Laundry? Yeah, that thing, what happened with the record too was that I really got, in the studio, I got really involved in like just the production, and I started to, I guess, challenge every single time that I had a version and like really see if I could beat it, Wild Heart is a perfect example of a song that had two different titles to the song. So there was Wild Heart, and then I can't really remember the other ones, but it changed maybe like 3 different times. Like all the lyrics on Wild Heart were completely different. And then I kind of came back and I said, okay, I want to go with more of this like metaphor with like poker, kind of thing. So, and speaking of that, Luke, you got that song?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, we don't have a TV track of Wild Heart. Let's play it though. Let's play Wild Heart. Before you play it though, this is one of my favorite songs on the record, and I have a treatment for a music video that is ready to go. And use your imaginations right now when you listen to this song. I'm a big fan of like Western movies, like old Westerns. Tombstone is one of my favorite movies. And I was gonna try to play Doc Holliday in that. Yeah, I'll be your Huckleberry. So, say when. Hey, this is Wild Heart. Play it, turn it up. So, it'd be like a Western video completely set in that time. You turn it up here. Shots heard, 2 hearts dead on the scene. Shoot out the bathroom. like entity. I placed your love in front of me. Let you take the bullet for it, even though I knew I pulled it. And I knew it was sober before I said it was sober. But I was so left drunk that I tried to play it sober for a four. But eventually we would be the winners of losers, don't you agree? She got me with a wild heart, somebody with a quick draw, yeah. Cause a poker face will break your heart and leave her wanting for to with your love. You got me with your wild heart. Didn't have to take it this far, girl. No, I never meant to show my cards and let you ride off into the sunset. It's a tug of war to fight for something.
We do a scene where I'm sitting at like a poker table in a saloon, and I'm actually playing against the girl. And so we're playing a card game.
And I knew it was over before I said it was sober. But I was so left drunk that I tried to play it sober for a four. But eventually we would be the winners of losers, don't you agree? She got me with a wild heart,
And maybe transition onto like
with a quick draw.
the middle of the town on a horse, you know.
Poker face will break your heart and leave her wanting for to with your love. You got me with your wild heart. Didn't have to take it this far, girl. No, I never meant to show my cards and let you ride off into the sunset. Now I'm out here riding,
We start walking out.
trying to find my best.
She comes in out of the saloon. I get off the horse. Then we have a like a standoff.
Somebody with a quick trial, yeah.
Then at the end,
Cause a poker face will break
instead
your
of guns,
heart and leave her wanting for to
she
with
pulls
your
out the
love.
wild heart,
You got me with your wild heart. Didn't have to take
drops it on the ground.
No, I never meant to show my cards and let you ride off into the sunset.
I think that'll be a really good music video. The idea would be to go shoot that in like a ghost town. So, I think Calico is one. So that would be, what's that? Yeah, we can do that. It's a good one. This song actually was a last minute request from Zoo because Zoo's an incredible producer as well. And I was like, we were getting ready to drop the record, and I said, Zoo, I want to remix Help Me. And I think it'd be cool to do like almost like an 80s take on it. And then so he worked on it, and then he sent it back to me, and I was like, it is perfect. This is great. So I'm a big fan of this rendition of Help Me. If you don't know what Help Me was, it was my first single as a solo artist. And so yeah, this is, what did we call it? The mix? What was it called? But this is awesome. I love this one. I'll sing it for you. It's like Footloose.
I wish I could define all the thoughts that cross my mind. Seem to pick for me to choose. I don't know which ones to lose when I'm falling down so far. I think I'll never see mark. Can't help me slow down. All this information I'm just wrecking my brain. Pain and teaching but I'm still lost. Get up, pause. I gotta know. Help me figure out the difference between right and wrong. Weak and strong. Take that's where I belong. Help me make the right decisions. Know which way to turn. Lessons to learn. Trust my purpose is here. Oh yeah. Help me figure out how I'm stuck in the middle, trying to understand why I can't. Since you made it, got my eyes crossed. Making so hard, and I know I have to see that mark. Can you help me sort out all this information? I'm just wrecking my brain. Paying attention, but I'm still lost. Get it all lost. I know. That's right. I love that version. I think when we do the next solo little mini tour, whatever we do, I'll probably perform that one. Yeah. I don't know, man. Sphere's got us here for a while. So. And we're definitely extremely happy and grateful for that. So maybe a couple more. Zoom. What do we? Oh yeah, definitely want to do that one. Before I do it though. Alright, so this song is another song that I wanted to shoot a music video to. I felt like I missed the boat on that one because this one I think was a bona fide hit record. But I don't think that's what this album was about. And I really didn't care if it was a hit album, you know what I mean? That doesn't really matter anymore when it comes to a lot of the music. It used to be a thing like in the 90s and 2000s or whatever, but now that everything has changed when it comes to social medias and TikToks and all that stuff, you know, a lot of the record, if you don't know, a lot of the record business has changed, you know, and they pivot away from that. So we come from the era of tangible things, you know, we love albums, we love CDs. We knew what it was like before cell phones and being in the moment, you know. And I think that's why, you know, we're still here, you know. Because we're still here, but you're still here too, you know. So that's important. But this song right here is very special. This is called Hey Kid. Hey kid, I'm sorry about the way it might go. Heartbreak down every road, fools go around every turn, and all the bridges waiting for you to burn. Hey kid, if I can do it over again, I try to change the way that it will save you from all of the pain, and then be bad, they cold in the chain. Hey kid, I know you didn't ask for this. I'm gonna 10-year birthday, can't wish. Innocent eyes on that sugar high, from a slice of that American pie. Hey kid, I know you didn't ask for this, but if you hang on tight, you might get your wish. Travel the world, meet a girl, make a home, and have a love that you can call your own. Hey kid. should you. The world might crack, yeah, but you're gonna get. Hey kid, I know you didn't ask for this. You were young and wild and nobody to miss. Innocent eyes on that sugar high from a slice of that American pie. Hey kid, I know you didn't ask for this, but if you hang on tight, you might get your wish. Travel the world, meet a girl, make a home, and have a love that you can call your own. Hey kid, hey kid, hey kid, hey kid. When you get that old radio play, it'll take you away from this place. You're gonna be alright someday. You're gonna be alright. Hey kid, I know you didn't ask for this. Young and wild with nobody to miss. Innocent eyes and that sugar high. A slice of that American pie. Hey kid, I know you didn't ask for this, but if you hang on tight, you might get your wish. Travel the world, meet a girl, make a home, and have a love that you can call your own. Hey kid, hey kid, hey kid, hey kid. When you get that old radio play, it'll take you away from this place. You're gonna be alright someday. You're gonna be alright. That feels good. Oh, it feels so good. But like I said, it's not even about like a hit record, even though I was absolutely like blown away that it went #1 worldwide when it came out. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, just shell shocked. I think why, when I analyze it, I'm like, why? I always ask the question, why? And I just think it resonates with you guys because you've been with me since I was 13 years old, you know? And you've seen me grow up in this business. And so that song was a dedication to my younger self saying, it's gonna be okay. Or you'll be all right, no matter what. Oh yeah, definitely. This is another great song. And I gotta say, the producer, Brian Shackle, he and Vic and also Zoo, it was important that these producers understood what my story was, you know, so when I got in with them, it was almost like a therapy session in a lot of ways. So when you're hearing this music, you have to know that it came from deep inside of me, you know, a place that, it was like a diary, it was like and so I was grateful for those producers that I handpicked to be involved in this project, you know, because they got it, you know, they understood, you know, what I was going through and what I wanted to say. And this is another song. This is called Searchlight. Every time as a day, just like every heart has a break, just like anything new would happen to me, you. The love we had ran away, feelings streaming down my face. Every drop of pain could fill the swimming pool. Now you say you wanna come back, and I wanna try so bad, and I gave you all I had. Now
So I just wanted to thank you guys. I wanted to thank you guys so much for being a part of my life. I love you so, so much. And it was really great to do this event because this was a chance for me to look you in the eye and tell you thank you. And how much you mean to me. How much you mean to this group, the Backstreet Boys. So, I hope you come back again. Right? And we got a show in a couple hours, so I gotta get ready. We're gonna be working on this show right here from the Love Life Tragedy tour in some form or fashion. It'll be coming up, all right? But I just want to say thank you so much for giving me this time right now to share a couple stories with you. We'll do this again next time, all right? And we'll see you. Remember, as long as there'll be music, we'll be coming back again, all right? I love you. Bye-bye.